Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's video I will be dealing with communication skills, focusing over those 9 major areas where everyone, whether you're a student or a professional, you have to focus over, because communication skills is not only about speaking English fluently, it's also about convincing your message to your receiver effectively. And how it is going to get happened, because communication skills itself is a wide topic, trust me, because I believe that there's still a myth that communication skill is all about speaking English fluently. It is not. So there are a lot of factors which are responsible to make you an effective communicator, along with an effective personality and accessible personality. So today let me tell you those 9 magic areas. So let's get started without wasting any single minute. And if you're new to my channel, then do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell icon so you could get the notifications of my future videos. And do like, share and comment. So let's get started with that first area of communication skill, and that is demonstrate gratitude. Yes. Now you might be thinking that how come it is a part of communication skills? Because when you are grateful to your surrounding, what you are going to do, you are going to boost up the morale of yourself, and at the same time your surrounding. You are going to foster the positive relationships between you and other people, and it is a part of communication. And when you do so, people are always there to help you, instead of being a rigid personality and not being grateful to anyone's contribution, whether that contribution has been done in positive manner or somewhat in negative manner. But do not forget that part, that whatever happened in our life, it always help us to shape our personality and our mindset. So acknowledge anyone's action and be grateful to your surroundings and people. Next is clarify assumptions. Assumptions here, I mean the misunderstandings. Yes. Now, how many of you, tell me right away in the comment section below, that whenever you faced any sort of misunderstanding with anyone, how many times do you confront that person? Do you clarify that misunderstanding, right? We hardly do so. But I believe to keep a clear chain of communication, we should always clear that misunderstanding with anybody around us. Because when you do so, you are clarifying the misunderstanding to avoid any misunderstandings. Yes, because if you're not going to clear that misunderstanding with that person, you will always keep grudges within yourself for that person, and it is going to hinder your communication style, your communication chain with that person, and definitely you are going to give that cold vibes, which actually comes under non-verbal communication. So instead of that, you should always clarify any sort of assumptions and misunderstanding with anybody around you, so that you could have an open dialogue to address any sort of discrepancies in future with that person. Third aspect is adapt communication style. Yes. Now what does it mean? What generally people do, they keep one communication style and they use the same style with everybody. For example, the way I'm dealing with you right now through this YouTube channel is definitely not the way I deal with my students in a classroom or with professionals during the sessions. I always change my communication style as per my audience. But majorly, people, what they do, they always keep one communication style and they follow the same communication style with everybody. And when you do so, you will never get engaged with your audience. And once you will not be engaged, your audience is not going to respond. You will, and your message will not be delivered clearly. So adapt your communication style as per your audience, because flexibility in communication always promotes the rapport and great understanding. Similarly, the fourth point is that you need to practice mindful communication. Yes, mindful communication. Here I mean your pitch and your tone, your articulation. Please be mindful and ensure the kind of the tone and the pitch you use with people. Try to take pauses whenever you are addressing people in public. At the same time, when you are going to have a conversation one to one, that time also take a pause and reflect before responding, for ensuring that your verbal and non-verbal communication, they have aligned aligned with each other as per your message. And try to be polite in each and every circumstances possible so that your message could not be misunderstood. And here I come with the fifth point, that speak clearly and with accuracy. Here I mean that it's not necessary to use always the bombarded words, idioms, or phrases. As I just mentioned, that you need to adapt your communication style as per the audience. So majorly try to keep your sentences short and simple with easy understandable vocabulary to avoid any sort of ambiguity. It doesn't mean that you cannot use the advanced English words whenever you are communicating in English language, but what you can do that when you are going to speak clearly with accuracy means here, like for example, when you are speaking, you know the fact, you know the information. So instead of taking all the informations all together and then come to your main point, that is going to create a kind of a confusion with your audience. So instead of that, speak clearly and talk to the point. Next point is utilizing of visual aids. Here I mean, I'm talking about your presentation or public speaking skills, because being a professional, you always get a chance to give a presentation wherever possible. So what you can do, like try to include the charts, graphics, statistics as per the requirement in your presentation, because that will make a sort of eye-pleasing moment in your presentation. Because when your presentation is going to be catchy, people are going to get engaged with your presentation. Because visual aids, what they do, they simplify and break down complex instructions in an easy way possible. Next point is ask open-ended questions. I already talked about it in one of my videos. I'm going to put that card here. Do watch that video, that how you can ask open-ended questions. And when you do so, open-ended questions are the type of the questions where you are giving the chance to the another person to open up with their thoughts and expressions. And when you ask open-ended question, what you do, you are acknowledging someone with their thoughts, and you can have a healthy and harmonious conversation with that person that help to build your relationship in an effective way. And the next area of communication skill is your non-verbal communication. Yes, you need to master your non-verbal communication. I have already made a detailed video on your non-verbal communication. Do watch that video. Again, I'm going to put the card here. Please, please, please watch it. It's my request, because I have given a detailed elaboration of each and every action of yours, because your non-verbal communication has 93% of control in your communication process, and the rest 7% is of your words. Now just imagine 93% your non-verbal communication, how much it is important. So do watch it right away. And the last one is, yes, usage of active listening skills. It has always been a part of communication skills, but still people avoid this part. What you have to do as an active listener is just listen to that person. For example, if you are talking to me and if I'm not giving you a chance to speak up, instead of that I'm going to interrupt in your conversation or in your statements again and again and again, then that conversation definitely it is not happening, because I want to be a dominating communicator in the conversation, and this actually hinders the communication style or process. And if I'm going to speak very fluently, then what is the result of that communication? Because I'm not giving a chance to my person to speak up his or her thoughts. So that communication style is going to be a blunder. So always be an active listener. So yes, that's it for today, guys. I hope that these 9 areas are going to be helpful in your workplace and make you a top performer. So do let in the comment section below that how many areas you need to work upon and how many areas you have already mastered. And I'll see the comment section below. Bye.